All right. Well, I want to welcome each and every one of you to this Millionaire Mastermind call. For those of you who don't know, my name is Megan Lynch, and I'm one of the leaders over here with MMT, also CEO of Freedom Mindset Business Community with my twin sister, Reagan Lynch. This is really a call for you guys to do exactly what's on the screen. It's for those of you who are looking to take this opportunity by the horns and really focus on making $5,000 plus a month in this opportunity. And the way that we do it is we focus on 2 people at a time. We're focusing on massive growth, building leaders. Duplication is key in any business that you get into. And there are a lot of opportunities out here, guys. So if you I had a gentleman say, I think I'm going to do another opportunity. And then he's right back over here again. Because what he realizes is that any company that you get into, you're going to have to do some work on yourself. You're also going to have to duplicate your numbers. I don't care if you're working at McDonald's. Their main goal is duplication, is to bring in more customers. Our main focus over here is really to create a legacy and also to have time and financial freedom. So guys, if you would go in the chat for me really, really quickly and just give me some type of confirmation. I'm not going to tell you to put 1s in the chats or 7s or whatever. Give me some confirmation that there is something on the screen right now that you want. Just give me something so I know that you are interested in this compensation conversation. You're interested in figuring out how you can make $5,000 to $20,000 a month or $5,000 to $20,000 a week. That you're interested in building other people, creating a legacy, getting some time and financial freedom. Okay. Awesome. Well, I'm going to do this call every single Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern because I realize people are going to be out of church. You guys are filled up. And I don't know about you, but I had some great online church service today. And I'm always looking for inspirations to be able to teach and to inspire, not to motivate, because I don't want to have to motivate you every day, but to inspire somebody else to go after their hopes and dreams. So I want to tell you guys that I actually was pretty inspired today. And this call is really going to be about how you can become a master promoter. And it's not just being a master promoter of this opportunity. Okay, not a master promoter of Forex or binary options, but I'm really talking about a master promoter in your life, period. Whether it means that you're going to promote, one of your businesses, you're going to promote love and positivity. You're going to promote, people really, truly going after their hopes and dreams, leveraging their skill sets. You're going to promote your children. I don't know how many of you guys have kids on here, but sometimes we have to be master promoters of just life, period. Okay? Because I don't know about you guys, but life can beat you up sometimes, and you have to keep your eyes on the prize. So I'm going to show you guys really quickly how to be master promoters of your life, master promoters in your business so that you can reach your goals. This is the message I got today. It's all about love. And I know that sounds crazy, but I was watching this church service today. It was the Impact Church, I think, and I had just ran across it online on Facebook. And everybody is trying to have people, what was the word he was using? He said, people are trying to basically do good all the time. It's sometimes hard to do good all the time. You're trying to work your way into heaven. You're trying to sing your way into financial success. And really, he talked about it just starting with, loving your higher being, loving yourself, loving your neighbor. And it just really got me to thinking that when you guys are trying to promote yourselves, not this company, but you're trying to promote yourself, you have to keep love at the forefront. So I'm all about acronyms. So I wanted to make it relevant and relative to this business. So I've really felt like the L in love was really about listening. Okay. If you're going to promote, if you're going to be on a 3-way call, if you're going to be out to, yesterday I went out and got some chicken wings and got a glass of wine, and we're always so quick to jump out and just start talking. And I'm a talker, you guys know that, but there were people sitting on the left and right side of me, and I just listened. That's all I was doing. I was listening, because people will tell you exactly where they are in their lives if you listen long enough. They're going to tell you exactly what they need. You don't have to tell them what they need. You don't have to tell them about this opportunity. You just have to listen to them. And if you listen long enough, they're going to tell you exactly which direction you should go in when you're trying to promote yourself or you're trying to promote your business. The O is about really being observant and objective. And I'm going to talk about that. Really being observant and objective. The V, when you are going to promote this business, you have to have some vision, okay? And you have to hold on to it. If you're on a three-way call should be no longer than 2 minutes. It is not an opportunity for you to, throw up the whole entire opportunity and tell somebody about Forex and binary options. You're only on there for 2 minutes. So you have to have strong vision. And then the E, you definitely have to have some energy and enthusiasm about yourself, because no one wants to partner with victims. They don't. No one wants to partner with someone who doesn't sound excited. Well, what do you do? Well, I trade a little bit. And like, that doesn't sound exciting to me. I don't want to partner with anybody who's not excited about what they do. And sometimes we have to cut people off, and I'll talk about that in just a moment. So let's go ahead real quick and just look at the L, okay? That L is listen. And silence is a very powerful weapon when used correctly. And I know some of you ladies out there, probably not ladies, it's the men. You men really know how to stay silent, don't you? Sometimes you just say nothing. And, sometimes we can ask a lot of questions. And I don't think there's anything wrong with asking questions. You just have to ask the right questions. And then you have to be quiet and you have to listen, because people will tell you exactly what you need to know about them. Okay? Silence is a powerful weapon when used correctly. So I want you guys to understand that when you are on a three-way call, or when you meet somebody for the first time, it is an opportunity for you to always promote your business. But if you jump out there and you immediately start telling people all about Forex and the Wednesday nights and 24 trades to a million, blah, 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 that all sounds like work to people. It sounds like work, and they're going to tune you out. People by nature are very selfish. They want to talk about themselves. So you have to put people in the position to be able to talk about themselves. And the first question I ask people is like, hey, how are you? Where are you from? That's just an icebreaker. Where are you from? Oh, okay, great. So what do you do? How do you, that I always ask that question, what do you do? And then I'm quiet. And I want them to tell me all about themselves. And every question that I ask is for me to find out more information about that person. I need to know, do you have kids? I need to know if you have one job or if you have two jobs. I need to know if you're married. I want to know all of these things. And it's not me asking a whole bunch of questions. I just have to ask the right question. So what do you do? Oh, well, I work in the school system. Oh, okay, great. You have kids? Yeah. Well, you must make a lot of money in the school system. I'm asking the right questions, and I'm going to let that person tell me that, yeah, I make a lot of money, but I don't have any time. Or I want that person to tell me that, I don't really make that much money. I'm struggling. I'm ready to get off my job. Boom. I'm paying attention to everything that person's saying. I'm being attentive. You can't be attentive, guys, if you are on your phone when somebody's talking to you. The main thing that you have to do is fake it. If you be interested, and if you're not looking at that person and nodding, they don't think you're paying attention to them. And I know sometimes we're on the phone, so you can't really see it, but you sometimes have to give like a, oh, okay, oh, wow. Don't overdo it, because that's annoying. Like when you go to church and there's that person in the church service that every single thing the pastor says, they're like, say it. Yeah. You don't want to be like that, because that's a little annoying. However, you have to be attentive, and you have to let that person know that you are engaged and you're listening to them. Every opportunity of you talking to somebody is potentially an opportunity for them to either be in your business or, be in your life in some way if they are a positive person. And then follow their lead, especially if you're on a three-way call and you hear that person say, yeah, I really love my job. I'm not really looking to walk away from my job, but I am looking to make some extra money. Okay, yeah. I mean, I was like that as well. I really love teaching. I love my students. However, I think I would love it more if I was making about $2,000 to $3,000 on the side, or maybe making an extra $50 to $100 a day, and my job wasn't really uh, paying my bills. I was really looking for something that would supplement my income. So I completely understand where you're coming from. Follow their lead, guys. Okay. And then the next thing, let's look at the O. You have to be observant and objective when you're being a promoter. And one thing you hear a lot, it's kind of cliche now, people say stay woke. You do. You have to be very observant. You have to make sure that you are aware of your audience. And a lot of this is coming from me teaching speech communication. I have a speech communication and theater degree, which is ironic because I never like to talk in front of people. But somebody in college told me if I had an English major, I need to pair it with speech communication and theater because I would be able to get a job in the high school a lot easier. And I never thought that I would use my speech communication and theater degree. I hadn't planned on it. I just wanted it to make me more marketable. And then I went to a school and I had to teach 5 speech classes every single day. Guys, I was teaching the exact same class to a new group of students. Okay. And I was in a school with 4,000 kids. So we had kids who were, one kid, his dad owned Lampoon Productions, and Paris Hilton and Michael Jordan stayed at this kid's house all the time. This kid pulled up every day in a different car. His dad had 56 cars, a 3-story mansion. They had a full boxing ring in their basement. And this kid was a little bit of a jerk. He was just a jerk of a kid. But the more I listened to his story, I realized that his dad was gone all the time. He had all the money. His mom, unfortunately, was an alcoholic, and she was never around. And this kid really just needed somebody to listen to him, put him in his place every once in a while. But it was hard for me at first teaching this kid because this kid pulled up in a new car every single day. He had all the money in the world, and I had to adjust my language when I was talking to this kid. I had a class where it was majority minority kids in that class. The very next class, I had 18 Caucasian males in that class, 18, okay? And then the other 10 students were, a variety of different students. I had to constantly be aware of my audience. Even though I was teaching the same thing, there was no way I could teach it the same way every single time because they wouldn't receive it. So I want you guys to understand that you have to truly be observant when you are promoting, okay? Be aware of who your audience is, who you're talking to. Be mindful of what that person's going through in their life. Now, it doesn't mean make excuses for them, because I talk to people in all types of different countries. And the first thing I have to tell people is it really doesn't matter where you come from. If you really want to get out of your situation bad enough, you'll do the things that I'm suggesting that you do. So I am mindful, but I don't make excuses for people in their area, but I'm mindful of their circumstances and situations. I'm actually working with a person who is incarcerated right now. Obviously lock my body, but can't lock my mind. It's kind of a Jay-Z quote, but that person is locked up physically, but not mentally. And if that person is willing to do the things necessary to get ahead, then I'm willing to work with that person. But I am mindful of the fact that that person is physically locked up right now. You do have to be unemotional at times. You cannot be attached to people's negativity. For example, I wish my mom was on here, not to throw my mom under the bus because she's a major influence in my life and I love her to pieces. However, she's in this period of her life. She's 64, where she's like, I don't really know what I want to do. I need to make sure I have money saved. I don't want to end up in a nursing home. All these things are going through her head. And I'm like, man, you have to stop focusing on the obstacles and start focusing on the opportunity. But she doesn't believe that she can do what I'm doing, even though she listens to me every single day. And I'm getting ready to do this big campaign called Senior Life, because I'm working with Gloria Davis. I think Gloria is 70 years old. She looks like she's 40, but she's 70 and she's blowing it out of the water over here. I was talking to two Beverlys on Gloria's team, and they're in their 60s. I was talking to Michaela. Michaela, I think she said she was 66. I hope I'm getting that right. And they are so energetic and excited. So I have to stay excited with them. You guys can't be moved by the emotional state of some people because of where they are in their life. You have to stay excited about what you're talking about all the time, because you're going to run into people where you try and talk to them and they're just unexcited about everything, but you stay unemotional. If they don't want to do your opportunity right now, this is what you say to them. Hey, no problem. Is it okay if I give you an income update in about 30 to 60 days? Okay. And then stay neutral. This is where the objectivity comes in. If they don't want to do the business part and they just want to trade, stay neutral. I never want to make a great customer a bad promoter. However, if you're a really good marketer, you can squeeze two people out of a customer. You just have to be observant. You have to know what to say. And what I say to people is like, awesome. Well, we love our customers. It's part of the reason why I put the platform together the way that I put it together, because I want everybody to win over here. So if you just want to trade, great. Do you have money? Ask the right questions. Do you have money to put in your trading account? Maybe $100, $200? Yeah, I mean, listen to what they're saying. Probably. Well, here, can I help you make $100, maybe $100, $200 this week? They're going to be excited. I just shifted them. I shifted their energy. They're going to be excited. Okay, well, great. Listen, this is what I want you to do. Can you make a list for me? Can you pull out all the people? I know it seems, like everybody does this, but can you pull out the names on your phone and circle the top 3 to 5 people and put them on the phone with me today? Well, I don't really know what to say. Then I turn it around and say, well, what did Gloria say to get you on the phone? She just asked me if I was open for an opportunity. That's what you say, and put me on the phone. Okay. You just have to give people tools, because most people think that they can't do this business. Okay. We just have to teach them. Guys, the V in love is vision. And you're going to see this Y right here. This is why I'm not moved by other people's lack of enthusiasm for what I'm doing, because there's some teardrops on this Y. And someone told me a long time ago that do not do anything if you're not really passionate about it. And I want to ask you guys, does your why make you cry? It sounds very cliche again, but why are you actually on this call? There's 44 of you on here. Why are you taking time away from your family to get on a Zoom to listen to me? You've never met me before. Why are you taking the opportunity to plug into our training that's $59 a month, which is unheard of? $59 a month for you guys to plug in to training from 6 to 7 figure earners every single day. They're training you guys. They're teaching you for $59 a month. You can barely get a gym membership and have access to everything the gym has to offer for $59 a month. Okay. I have some friends who are in opportunities, and it's literally $350 to $1 million to get into that opportunity. And the same people who make excuses about that opportunity are the same people you're going to run into who make excuses to why they can't pay $59. But what you have to do is you have to hold on to your vision. Why are you over here? Okay. And if your why doesn't make you cry, it may not be strong enough, because most people will find their purpose in their pain. And the sad reality is, I was talking to my mom yesterday, and, maybe I'm too close to her to talk to her about it. But if you don't know what your purpose is, then that's what you have to sit down. You're going to have to sit down. I don't care if you're 16 or 64 or 84. You're going to have to sit down and meditate within yourself and figure out what is it that you are, that will make you cry, that moves you to tears. And most of the time, that's what you need to set your eyes on. And all of you guys know, for me, I will talk to the wall if I have to, but I'll talk to one person. But all of you guys know that the only reason why I'm doing this company is because it's digital, and I know my young people can do it. And all of you have heard me say that the only reason why I'm doing network marketing is because I've watched too many young kids die, and I've gone to too many funerals. So I'm not moved by the fact when people tell me that they don't want to do this opportunity. I'm going to look for those people who I can help become six-figure earners, because I want to put you on a magazine. No BS. This is my main focus. I'm going to put you on a magazine. I'm going to put Taz on a magazine with his gold teeth, with his dreads, and suited and booted with his new car. And he's going to give inspiration to some kid who is teeter-tottering on selling drugs or being legit. And guess what? The people who are selling drugs, they're not taking a break. You know who's taking a break? All the people who focus on the problem, and they want to talk about these kids, but they're not doing anything to show them anything different. We cannot continually throw books at them. They're dodging like the Matrix, okay? The people who they're looking at are the people who have power. And sadly, money is power. And if you don't have any, guess what? They don't hear what you're saying. So I'm not saying that money is everything, but it is a tool. And if we want to get these kids off the streets, we have to go get them, and we have to show them a different way. Because guess what? Your book that you throw at them is not putting food on their table right now. So I want you guys to really have some creative power. I am always looking for ways to promote what I'm doing and leverage my why. So I partnered with Anthony Ryan. Anthony Ryan's brother is incarcerated, so I want to start a reentry program. And we're starting to put those people into this business. My sister will tell you, her husband, she prayed that her husband would make a change. He's made a massive change, but it took him going to jail. He gets out in 2 months. He's inside of our opportunity. Okay. I do not want him, because I love him to pieces, to get out of jail and go right back in the cycle because nobody will hire him. So I have to be real creative. Senior life, I can get to all of the people who are senior citizens and show them how this opportunity can change their life. Reentry program, 30 under 30, where I could get to young people and show them how our opportunity. You have to be creative, guys. You have to have an imagination when you're going to get into business and be innovative. If you're sitting around waiting for somebody else to do it, then I know this might sound negative, but it's not. Then if you don't want to create it, you probably just need to work a job, because most people are used to being told what to do. And most people don't flourish in network marketing or in the trading world because no one's going to tell you what to do. You have to have an imagination, and you have to be innovative and creative. You have to have some type of insight, and all insight is the ability to see things that aren't there. Okay, you're not crazy if you're seeing things. Well, depends on who you talk to, but insight, you got to see things that aren't there. And I spend a lot of time in meditation. So when I'm working on my lessons, I gotta think about it. And when I see things like this Y and this teardrop, I see a lot of things in images and visions and all of that kind of stuff. And then I turned it into a lesson. And you have to stay inspired, okay? Not motivated. I want you guys to, if we can, let's do a word swap. Let's try not to use the word motivation anymore, okay? Because motivation means that you're looking for somebody else to do it. You're looking for, maybe something outside that's going to pick you up every day. Is there anybody out here, guys, just put a 111 in the chat. Have you ever ran into somebody and it's almost like you have to start over with this person every day? You have to pick this person up off the floor every single day. And I just want to see because I'm nosy, but yeah, it is a hard feat, and I heard one of my partners say you can, you can run your race, but it's very hard to carry anybody on your back. It is so hard to do that. So I want to encourage you guys, okay, to stay inspired. Stay inspired, but you have to stay inspired by your why. If somebody falls off in your business, guess what? Go find somebody else. 7 billion people in the world. go find somebody else. If they're not giving the same creative energy, the same insight, the same excitement that you're giving, go find somebody else who will do that. Okay. Last one, energy. This is the E in love. Okay. Energy. You have to have energy. Protect your vibrational frequency. I stole this from Nipsey Hussle. I have been watching Nipsey Hussle every single day, all day, because it's very inspiring to me and sad at the same time to watch somebody go from very unpolished 18-year-old, and I watch all of those videos, all the way into a 33-year-old who can conduct himself in an interview, who is very powerful. Sad reality that we often celebrate people when they're no longer here. So I do want to throw that out there, guys. If you have somebody who's doing something great, celebrate them right now. When I was planning my grandmother's funeral with her, hardest thing I ever did, sitting at her bedside. She was 56 pounds, if you can imagine. She was dying of cancer. And I wrote her a poem, and it was the hardest thing because I read it to her, and then she asked me to read it at her funeral. And I picked her up and carried her to the bathroom because she couldn't walk, 56 pounds. I carried my grandmother in my arms to the bathroom, carried her back. I was planning her funeral, crying. She was telling me, I told you this story before, but she was telling me what she wanted her hair to look like and her nails. And she told me to tell people if they didn't love her when she was here, then don't cry for her when she leaves. And that was so powerful. Like, her energy at 56 pounds, but the energy, like her vibrational frequency was so strong that when I was reading her poem at her funeral, I could feel her energy. That's what we want, guys. We want people, when we come around them, they should feel uplifted. Okay. And again, you guys don't have to tell me, but I know that you guys know people out there that as soon as they come around, you can feel the life being sucked out of the room. It's the sad thing. I don't answer some people's phone calls. And people call me all day, and I don't answer some people's phone calls. And this young lady, every single time she would call me, guys, no kidding, the very first thing she would tell me is, I just don't have energy like you. I mean, she wouldn't even say hello. As soon as I answered the phone, like, hello, she would immediately, I don't have energy like you. I don't know how you do it. I like talking a mile a minute. And I snapped. I probably shouldn't have. My mom was in the room, and my mom's looking at me like, that was rude. And I was like, I'm sorry. I need to protect my vibrational frequency because I've given this person 3 months of listening to that. And it literally made my skin hurt. So I had to stop answering the phone. Then I had to block this person altogether because it was messing with my vibrational energy. And I had to tell this person, and my mom told me it was mean, but I said, are you a victim or a victor in your story? Like, nobody wants to partner with a victim. And I know that's harsh, so I apologize if it comes off harsh, guys, but make the decision now who you are in your own story. I read this book called His Story. It was about Jesus, and it was also about all of the people in the Bible, and it was their stories. So you guys realize that the Bible it's their stories, and they were never without flaw. Well, you think God just stopped with them? Think God just stopped with David? No, he didn't. We're still on that same timeline that Jesus was on. We're still on, and we don't have to argue, religion or anything like that. But what you can't argue is timelines. We're on the same straight timeline that Martin Luther King was on, that Harriet Tubman was on, that, Elon Musk is on, Steve Jobs is on, Mark Cuban is on. We're on the same timeline. It's just about what are you going to do with the time that you've been given? And are you going to play the victim in your story, or are you going to be the victor? It is going to be completely up to you. But I suggest for all of you guys who want to be master promoters, you're going to have to separate yourself from the victims if you think that you're going to move higher vibrationally, okay? Be enthusiastic. I'm always super excited. Doesn't mean that I'm being fake, because I still have to go through life like everybody else. And I just discipline my disappointments, okay? Because guess what? People are going to disappoint you. Your kids are going to disappoint you. Your husband, your wife is going to disappoint you. You're going to walk out the door. The weather's going to disappoint you. Everything is going to be a disappointment. But when you already know that and you're operating on a higher vibration, it doesn't matter. Because the only thing that you have to make sure you do is that you stay consistently the same. Never too up, never too down. Because if you get super excited, which you guys know people who are always on 10, and I have to bring myself down sometimes, but if you're always on 10, it is a very, very hard fall. Very hard fall. If you're always low, it seems like impossible to raise yourself up. So this is what I learned from Joel Osteen. Control your emotions. And I don't do a great job of it. I don't, because some of you guys know on here, I can sometimes snap off and then I'm like, ooh, let me not do that. Discipline your disappointments. And then stay inspired all the time. And I stay inspired by the people who are on this call who listen, and not only who listen, but who also apply. So last thing I just want to say to you guys, this is a business, okay? You cannot take anything away from the recipe, but you have to start with love. You have to listen to people. You have to be objective, okay? You also have to observe other people. You have to have vision when you're over here, and you have to have some energy. And then those of you who truly want to go after your hopes and dreams in any network marketing company, I don't care if it's you're selling gold or selling toilet paper or in, health and wellness company, every single company operates the same. Every single network marketing company operates the same. So you're going to have the fastest copy machine if you want to make money over here. Success loves speed. So the last thing I want to tell you guys is there are 10 things that you need to do after you focus on love. You got to put in some work. You have to dream big, okay? Whatever that may be. My eyes are set on $20,000 a week and maxing out the comp plan over here. You have to set some realistic goals for yourself while you're dreaming big. And realistic goals means set them along the way. My main goal when I came over into this business was that I needed to make $3,700 a month, because that's what I was making going to work 40 hours a week. And I blew that out of the water. And that's because that was the only thing I was focused on, is not going back to my job. Okay? Set some realistic goals and then dream big. You have to make a list. Some of you guys on here, you launched your businesses and you were expecting to, jump out and do phenomenal things, but you took out number 3 of the recipe. This is my apple pie recipe. There's 10 things. If you take one thing out, guess what? Recipe doesn't taste the same. So I'm encouraging for some of you guys to go back and make your list again. I made a list of 100 people in the beginning. 47 people got on my first call. 3,300 people joined the business. Now, are all those people working? No, but I knew they wouldn't. So you know who I'm looking for? I know that I have to sign up a lot of duds to get to a few studs. Okay, don't take that personally. Just put yourself in the stud category. But you guys are going to have to run through a lot of duds in order to get to those people who truly want to go after their hopes and dreams and fire their bosses. You want to set up your first launch call of you or your business partners within 24 to 72 hours. Guess why? Because they're going to stop focusing on the love that you just gave them. And your energy is going to die out in their life, and life is going to start slapping them around in about 72 hours. So you have a very short window to make a list and launch your business, and then take those same people and make a list and launch their businesses. You want to set up your first in-home meeting. If you haven't done that yet, invite a few people over to your house and show them the plan. Tell them to bring some ice. Tell them to bring some paper cups. It's $1. But now they feel obligated to come, and you're going to show them the plan, okay? Follow up and enroll excited people. Plug those people into our system. I realize right now our system seems like it's all over the place, but trust and believe that this week we're going to be transitioning into our back office, and every single week things are going to get more organized over here, okay? Plug them into the system. It is not hard for you to tell them to get into the paid Telegram and make sure you go to class. That's it. It's like college. Your parents didn't go to college with you and make you go to class. You had to make that decision on your own. Whether or not you were going to wake up, even though you were partying all Thursday night on Thirsty Thursdays, or that was just me, I don't know. But you were partying on Thursday, you still got to go to class on Friday if you want to get the knowledge necessary to go after your hopes and dreams. You also want to make sure you duplicate with every person. This is the key. This is where we fall off. Okay, this is where you start messing with my recipe and you don't duplicate what it was taking to get you to the point that you're at right now. Lead by example, never quit your business, give it a solid 24 months. Some people over here, Randy knows, some people came over here and signed up 20 people. And you know what we did wrong? We actually patted that person on the back way too much, and none of their people even signed up. They plugged in with their free account, and then that person never signed those people up. Okay, you guys have to walk your people all the way to paying $59.95. Don't throw them a link and expect them to do it, because they're not going to do it. Okay, you got to walk them all the way through, and you know, they got to jump in the bed with you. Okay, you can't buy them a drink and do all these kind of things, and then you don't even seal the deal at all. And then you got 20 people in your downline and none of them are working. Okay, so guys, I want you to understand that the fastest copy machine wins. Amateurs join businesses and professionals launch. So let's stop making excuses. Let's do the hard things. And sometimes the hard things is waking up every day and working your business like you work your job. Okay. Do the hard things, which is present. I'm not quite sure why I'm still the only one presenting. You guys are going to so get tired of hearing from me. And Taz says, no, they're not. You will. The natural progression is that you guys should be presenting. Okay. If you're on here and you really want to make $5,000 a month and you're not presenting, it's probably not going to happen. Okay. At some point, you're going to have to do the hard things. And you know what you can do? Read this one pager. I made this one pager. It's the entire business in a 10-minute presentation. And if you can read, you can present. You don't have to do all the extra stuff that I do. Be you, okay? Just make sure that you get the basics down. This is a marathon. Make a decision that you have to take action in your business every single day, and you have to duplicate, okay? I am going to be coming out with a video today where the sign-up process is going to be a lot more simple, but I know this week it's going to change, so this video probably will be irrelevant pretty soon. But I do want to tell you guys that the first things that you want to do, I'm just going to show you 2 slides to get people signed up effectively, is you want to make sure that they understand what platforms we have. Make sure that they're in the Facebook group. Make sure they're in the paid Telegram. Make sure that they understand TPR Money as a funnel site. They can use it or not. And make sure they understand how to get into their back office so they can track their business, okay? If they're in their first week, treat it like college in MMT University. This is it, guys. This is the last slide. Most people who are coming in who are new, they don't know what to do. So the very first thing you need to do is you need to get them signed up on MMT's website, okay? Get them plugged in, make sure they understand what their username is and their password. You want to make sure that you take them through the back office and you show them around back there. Just like if they were starting a job, you would never bring a new person into the building and not say, here's the bathroom, here's the break room, here's this. You guys got to do that in this business too. Our business pays more. Okay, your job is not going to pay you what our job is paying. Probably not. Okay, so you got to walk them around their virtual back office just like it's a physical office. Then you want to get them set up. This week, guys, make sure that all your new people have their MT4s set up. Okay, Pastor Rod is doing a class, I believe, tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. It is for new people. Help them get their MetaTrader 4 set up, help them get their laptops and their phones set up so at least they can practice in their demo accounts. Make sure that you guys get an Uphold account. You can buy and sell digital currency, you can store currency, and you can shift it to your bank account. And if you guys are setting up your back office, you take your extra long blockchain wallet receiving ID and you put it inside of your back office. When you do that, then you can, hold on just a second. My niece is talking all loud. then you can shift your money into the Uphold account. Okay. Also, guys, make sure that you have people set up their Nadex account. This is their demo account. Sorry, I'm trying to get her to be quiet. This is their demo account so that they can start practicing with Jose. Jose's going to tell you guys too, binary options is the way to go to get people started, because there's so much money to be made every single day, and it's a smaller learning curve. There's no reason why people shouldn't be making $30 to $50 a day with Jose. Get into his class, get your binary option trading set up. He's going to show you guys how to get in and out of a trade and take your profit every day. And then you're going to have something to tell people when you're making $20, $30, $40, $50, $100 a day. You're going to be able to have a testimony for them, okay? Also, make sure you get ready to learn and earn. So in the first week, plug people into the Freedom Mindset Facebook group first. Plug them into M-Life, okay? We are going to be weeding out M-Life because Pastor Rod has a lot of free content in there, and there are too many unpaid people inside of there. So we're going to be purging that whole group out. Okay, so people aren't getting free stuff. They're never going to upgrade in our business if we're giving them free stuff. So we're going to start purging that group out. But you want to put them in there because he does have some good content. But then all that content is going to be in the back office. Also, you want to make sure people get inside of both of the telegrams. Okay, the paid telegram and public. Sorry about that. And then let's see. Make sure people have their demo account and also live account set up. That's a cue for me to stop talking when my voice is going out, right? So basically, guys, take a snapshot of this in just a second. Make sure all of your new people are set up within their first week. Okay, we are going to have a new trading schedule coming out. Make sure their accounts are set up and they're ready to make money. So, again, I want to thank you guys so much. I know this was a longer call. Is there anybody on here that has, I'm going to take my recording off for a second.